My name is Chef Joe Jones of Love Affair Personal Chef and Catering Company. Today I am making an array of things. I have some bacon cooking here for a mussel dish that I'm going to make. So I'm hoping that the bacon is going to come along. So I'm trying to get it crispy. So let's hope that that happens. That it's crispy. Because this isn't real flames. This is, I don't know what this is. So, and these are really great pots, but the heat is not so great. So I hope that the bacon gets done. So I'm going to do a mussel dish with mussel, bacon, coconut milk. So if you're allergic to any of those things, I suggest do not have this. It's a bit spicy, sort of Thai infused. I went to cooking school in Thailand. I like Thai cooking, but I don't really like to eat the food. I like to make the food. And then I'm going to make a ceviche of shrimp and ahi tuna on a fried taro root. And then I'll also fry up some regular like egg roll wonton papers. You can have your choice of which one you'd like to have it on. And it'll have sort of like a tomato-based salsa type situation. And then I'm going to stir-fry some fava beans because they're in season. I love fava beans. With Chinese long beans, or aka mung beans, which I love to work with. And I'll saute those with some just fresh tomatoes and some peppers. It's a nice dish just to have as a side dish. So while that's cooking, I think I'll work on the ceviche because that's going to take a while. So in this bowl, I've cleaned shrimp. These actually had the heads on them, but I've taken the heads off. They were really, really scary. How many of you like sushi? Anybody like maguro? Tuna? Here you go. This is grade A sushi from maguro style sushi from Berkeley Bowl that I got today. It still has the skin on it. It's quite nice. It has a bit of the bloodline in it, which is the dark part, so you always want to cut that out. If you ever eat sushi and you see really, really dark, don't eat that. That's sort of part of the bloodline, and we don't want that. So do a little butchery and get that out of there. So I've got some garlic here. Where are my onions? Some onions and my lime. So I'm going to turn this on. This is just oil. Is it on? Ooh, it is on. And I'm going to fry up some of the wonton papers so that when the ceviche is done, you'll have that. Wow, this is really cooking here. Faster than I thought, actually. So you can also do this dish without the bacon, or you could use turkey bacon or maybe veggie bacon. The smokiness of the bacon kind of just makes the mussels really pop. The mussels have already been washed and cleaned. You have to remember when you're using mussels, don't ever use them if you see one that's open. You really want to look at them, make sure they're really tightly closed, not bruised, no like weird little barnacles or anything on them, nice and smooth. These are my favorite. These are Prince Edward Island mussels, and they're just quite nice. I like them. They're not very fishy. They taste really well. I did not bring any white wine, but white wine would be really great to add to this before the coconut milk. So it just makes it pop. And then serrano peppers, which makes it spicy. So I'm going to put some peppers in there really quick on the edge of this cutting board. Two of those. Some onions. And my favorite thing in the world, butter. You can never use too much butter. I love butter, and anybody that says anything else is a liar. Butter, one butter, two butter. Kiss my grits, 3 butter. Woo. I love butter. It's very nice, and it just makes everything taste better. So this is sort of like your sort of sauce for the mussels. So once you put the mussels in there, everything that's in here is going to get into it. So if you're ever out, you're eating mussels, it's in some watery, weird-looking thing, don't eat it. It should have some body to it, I think. That's my personal. I'll put a little bit of olive oil, just a teeny bit. Just a little bit. And a teeny bit of salt. Not too much salt, because you have the butter that has a lot of salt. Not too much salt. Not too much salt. All right. So, I'm going to work on the tuna. The shrimp, I'll put in a bowl. So when you make ceviche, as many of you may or may not know, that it's cooked with acid. So either you can cook with vinegar or some citrus fruit, so I'm using lime today. So all you do is you put whatever it is in the bowl and put a little citrus over it, and voila, it's cooked. So you can do that to most shellfish. You can do that for beef, like when you make beef carpaccio. It's quote-unquote raw, but it really has a little acid on it. So do the lime, kind of make them soft, so the juice kind of loosened up a little bit. Lime. Lime. Does anybody out there cook? Does anybody love to cook? Do you ever do mussels? Any barbecue people? Uh-oh. You look like you can take me over there in the barbecue. I like to barbecue pork shoulder. I do a lot of pork shoulder. My pulled pork sandwiches, you know, they're still talking about them, so, from last year. So, yeah. So I put there's four small limes over the shrimp. I'll just kind of toss them around a little bit. Ooh, look at that. You don't want that. With a little shrimp zizzy-do, whatever they call it. They're little fins, or they're little things that pop out of the front. So we have that. What else should I put in? A little lemon juice. Look at that. A little lemon juice. So pretty soon, hopefully, it will start turning pink. And that's how you know that it's done. If it doesn't start turning pink, then it's not done. And then you just throw it in the skillet and you just cook it. So this oil is really hot. Is it too hot? It's hot to try. Let's see. Yeah, it's alright. So I'm just gonna do some wonton paper so that when it's time for this ceviche, we'll have something to serve it with. You can use tortilla chips if you like, but I like wonton paper. They cook pretty fast. My other tongs are missing. Not for long. So I have 3 of those in there. Let's add another one. Boom. Okay, this is looking quite nice. The bacon isn't as crispy as I would like it, so I'm going to let it just go a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And then we'll just go ahead and throw the mussels in. Alright. Our dear friend, the tuna. Just down the middle. I kind of want to just get rid of that bloodline. Like, if I was going to sear it and eat it just for myself or feed it to the cat, you know. But for you guys, no. We won't feed it to you guys. Whoa. Cut that off. There. Oh, that's tough. The skin is underneath. So, we'll just sit this aside and I'll just work with this piece. It's got a little belly fat on it. I'm just going to cut that off. You can still use it. I just prefer not to for this. Okay. So I'll just chop it up into a few pieces and add it to the shrimp. Sort of like if you've ever had ahi tuna, same thing. But I'll put like a little Worcestershire or soy sauce into that and make it really nice. Chop, 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 and my wontons are burning. Look at that. Goes over. Those off. These have gotten too crispy, so we won't use those. So I need to not forget that those are cooking. That's why I don't bake, because I forget things are in the oven. I do make a mean peach cobbler and chocolate mousse, and that's it. I don't bake. When I'm here next week, I might attempt to do a pan-fried banana dessert dish that I do that's really easy, also with these papers with the big giant egg roll papers. Fry bananas, roll it in, deep fry it, put chocolate over it, and it looks like you've done something special. But you really haven't. It's called cheating, and I do it very well, because I don't bake. Okay. That piece. I make it a little smaller. Some ahi. Put that in. Don't want that. Okay.